Punishment is on the table for Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz, two Republican senators who spearheaded the effort in the Senate to object to the Electoral College results that were read on January 6, 2021. They're being accused by Democrats and, frankly, some Republicans whose language might confuse you into thinking they're Democrats, like Mitt Romney, for example. They are being accused of inciting the violent riot that ended up with protesters storming the Capitol on January 6th. In fact, it is said that their challenge, which, by the way, is a legal process created by Congress in 1887 and has been used in the past and is a perfectly legitimate question to preserve election integrity, they are being accused of using that process to give legitimacy to people who have concerns over election irregularities. And that is, of course, their goal. Their goal was to get some sort of debate with a chance for people to present evidence. That has been consistently their position. People are, of course, accusing them of trying to steal the election for Donald Trump, but their position has always been there are people, specifically their constituents, who have lots of questions about election integrity that they don't feel was properly addressed by the courts, when the courts refuse to take on any case and actually examine evidence put in front of it. These guys have said this is the last opportunity for said evidence to be heard, and we will exercise this legal process. For trying to use that legal process, they are being accused of sedition, and the range of punishments that can be used against them go from a formal censure in the Senate, where the Senate actually just says, we censure you, we do not approve of your speech and your actions. They can strip them of power or remove them from committee positions, or going as far as possible, it's entirely possible to impeach a U.S. senator. I'm not aware of it ever happening, but the impeachment of a U.S. senator would follow the same process for impeachment of any other high-ranking government official. And so we will see over the next several weeks what the Democrats need to do to keep their names in the media cycle. Of course, Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley drew the ire of Democrats and big tech by holding feet to the fire of Jack Dorsey and Mark Zuckerberg during hearings on Section 230 and its viability in the social media space. They had concerns over the level of censorship. And since voicing those concerns, it's amazing the level of censorship from big tech has skyrocketed, and that is a big problem. We have real questions now about how much influence big tech has over elections, something that had rumblings before the 2020 elections, and in the wake of what has followed, the obvious ramifications of social media's influence is getting scary. And that is, they were editorializing or quote-unquote fact-checking in a way that many considered to be disproportionate against Republicans and in favor of Democrats, and in fact, going so far as to outright remove or ban Republican constituents and Republican candidates, leading up to and following the 2020 election. Many people are unhappy with big tech about this. Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley held big tech CEOs to the fire on national television, and since then, it seems that big tech and the Democrats that they donate to have had nothing but animus towards Cruz and Hawley. This is an opportunity now for them to take potshots. But I want to know what you think. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. Should Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley be punished? What type of punishment should they face? Do we think we'll see some sort of formal punishment like censure or all the way up to impeachment hit these guys? Or as AOC says, should they just step down immediately? Why don't you drop a comment below, hit like and subscribe if you like this legal content and political content. There's plenty more coming in the future because they cannot stop talking about themselves. So until then, we'll talk soon. Peace be with you.